The stadium lights burn through the night like stars that have fallen to earth. 80,000 people roar inside one of football's most historic arenas. Flags wave, cameras flash. The tension in the air is electric. It's the kind of night every footballer dreams about since childhood. Champions League night. But tonight, something feels different. Because somewhere inside that roaring stadium, wearing the famous red and blue colors, stands a boy who not long ago was just another kid kicking a ball on the streets. A boy who wasn't supposed to be here yet. A boy who is only beginning to understand that the football world is already watching him. His name? Lamine Yamal. And this is the story of how a teenager from Barcelona's academy began writing the first chapter of what might become one of football's most incredible journeys. Long before the Champions League lights, before the cameras, before the world began searching his name online, there was just a kid and a football. In a quiet neighborhood outside Barcelona, the streets were narrow and alive with noise. Children ran across small concrete courts, kicking battered balls against walls, dreaming of something bigger. Among them was a skinny boy with quick feet and fearless confidence. Lamine Yamal Nasraoui Abana. From the moment he touched the ball, something looked different. Not faster, not stronger, but different. The way he moved felt natural, like the ball belonged to him. While other kids chased the ball, Lamine controlled it. He dribbled through older kids without hesitation. He tried tricks that most children would be afraid to attempt. Sometimes he failed, but often he succeeded. And every time he did, the other kids stopped and stared. Because even then, there was something special. Barcelona is a city where football lives in the air. The club is not just a team, it is an identity, a philosophy. And at the heart of that philosophy lies one place that has produced legends for decades. La Masia. Barcelona's world-famous academy, a place where football is taught differently. Here, it's not about power, it's about intelligence, movement, creativity, players who pass, move, think, and see the game differently. This is the place that shaped players like Xavi, Iniesta, Busquets, and one name that changed football forever, Lionel Messi. For young players growing up around Barcelona, La Masia is the ultimate dream. And one day, scouts noticed the fearless kid with the ball glued to his feet, Lamine Yamal. He was invited to join the academy. For many children, that moment alone is life-changing. But for Lamine, it was only the beginning. Inside La Masia, talent alone is not enough. Every year, hundreds of players compete for limited spots. Some arrive with incredible ability, but only a few survive the pressure. Training sessions are intense. Coaches demand intelligence. Players must understand space, positioning, teamwork, and the philosophy of Barcelona football. For young players, the challenge is enormous. But Lamine adapted quickly. His dribbling ability stunned coaches. His confidence with the ball made defenders nervous. But what impressed them most was his vision. Even as a child, he played with maturity. He knew when to dribble, when to pass, when to slow the game down, and when to explode forward. It was the kind of football intelligence that cannot be easily taught. It simply exists. And slowly, quietly, coaches began whispering something. This kid is special. Years passed inside the academy. While other teenagers struggled with pressure, Lamine continued to grow. His skills became sharper, his confidence stronger. Opponents started preparing specifically to stop him. But stopping him was never easy. Because Lamine didn't play with fear. He attacked defenders, he invited challenges, and every time someone tried to take the ball away, he danced past them. Videos of his youth matches began spreading online. Fans started noticing. A new name was circulating among Barcelona supporters, Lamine Yamal. But football history is filled with young talents who never reach the top, because the biggest challenge isn't youth football, it's the transition. The moment when a teenager must step into the world of professional football, a world of stronger defenders, faster decisions, and enormous pressure. Many promising players disappear during this moment. The jump is simply too big. But sometimes, a player arrives who makes that jump look effortless. When Barcelona's first-team coaches watched Lamine train, they noticed something unusual. He wasn't intimidated. He didn't play like a kid trying to impress. He played like he belonged. His dribbling was fearless. His movement was intelligent. His creativity brought energy to every training session. And slowly, the inevitable question emerged. Was he ready? Barcelona has always believed in youth, but promoting a teenager to the first team carries risk. Fans demand results. Media pressure is relentless. One bad performance can crush confidence. But sometimes, a talent forces the decision. And Lamine Yamal was forcing it. The day finally arrived. A stadium full of fans, the red and blue shirts everywhere, the noise rising with every minute. On the bench, a young teenager waited. Lamine Yamal. When his name was called, the crowd reacted with curiosity. Many fans knew the name from academy highlights, but seeing him step onto the pitch felt surreal. A teenager, playing for Barcelona, in front of thousands. But when he touched the ball, something incredible happened. The nerves disappeared. His first movements were calm, controlled. Then he attacked. He ran at defenders. He dribbled. He created danger. And suddenly, the stadium erupted. Because the fans realized something. This wasn't just another academy player. This was a talent capable of electrifying the game. Soon, highlight clips began spreading across social media. Fans watched his skills again and again. The way he shifted the ball, the way defenders struggled to predict him, the confidence of someone so young playing on such a massive stage. Football analysts began studying his game. Scouts from other leagues watched closely. Commentators debated his potential. Some compared his creativity to past Barcelona legends. Others praised his calmness under pressure. But the most fascinating part of Lamine's rise was his mentality. Despite global attention, he remained focused, training, improving, learning. Because inside Barcelona, expectations are enormous. Talent alone is never enough. Consistency matters. Hard work matters. Understanding the game matters. And Lamine seemed ready for the challenge. Then came the nights every footballer dreams about. Champions League nights. The greatest stage in club football. The atmosphere is different. The tension higher. Every mistake punished. Every moment unforgettable. For young players, these matches can feel overwhelming. But for Lamine Yamal, they became another opportunity. Another chance to show the world what he could do. Under the bright lights of Europe's biggest competition, the teenager carried the ball forward with fearless confidence. He faced experienced defenders, champions, players who had spent years mastering their craft. But Lamine attacked them without hesitation. Step-overs, quick turns, explosive acceleration. Every movement carried the spirit of Barcelona football. Creative, bold, beautiful. And the fans could feel it. A new generation was emerging. Football is always searching for the next superstar, the next player capable of inspiring millions, the next story that captures imagination. And suddenly, across Spain and beyond, people were asking the same question. Could Lamine Yamal become that player? The comparisons began, the expectations grew. But inside Barcelona, coaches understood something important. Great careers are built slowly, step by step, game by game. And Lamine's journey had only just begun. What makes a footballer truly special is not just skill. It's the ability to influence matches, to create moments that fans remember forever. A sudden dribble that breaks defensive lines, a precise assist that unlocks a defense, a goal that explodes inside the stadium like thunder. And Lamine was beginning to create those moments. Every time he received the ball near the wing, defenders felt the pressure. Fans leaned forward in anticipation. Something exciting might happen, and often it did. But football is never a straight path. Even the greatest players face challenges, fatigue, injuries, criticism, pressure from fans and media. For a teenager playing at the highest level, these challenges can be overwhelming. Yet the best players use them as motivation. They grow stronger, smarter, more determined, and Lamine Yamal appears to carry that determination within him. Every training session, every match, every touch of the ball, he continues to evolve. Meanwhile, Barcelona itself is rebuilding. The club has experienced difficult seasons, financial struggles, changing squads, high expectations from fans around the world. But one thing remains constant: the belief in young talent, the belief that the future of the club will rise from La Masia. And in many ways, Lamine Yamal represents that future. A player born from the academy, a player shaped by Barcelona's philosophy, a player capable of bringing excitement back to the pitch. When fans watch him play, they see glimpses of something magical: the creativity, the bravery, the unpredictable brilliance. Moments that remind supporters why they fell in love with football in the first place. Because football at its best is not just a sport, it is art, movement, emotion, and sometimes a single player can ignite that emotion inside thousands of fans. Lamine Yamal is beginning to do exactly that. But the story is far from finished. In fact, it's only the opening chapter, because the path ahead is enormous. Domestic titles, European glory, international tournaments, moments of triumph, moments of heartbreak, moments that will define a career. And somewhere in the future, another Champions League night will arrive. The stadium will once again roar with anticipation. The lights will shine, the tension will rise. And perhaps, at the center of it all, will stand the same boy who once dribbled past defenders on neighborhood streets. Only now, the world will know his name. Lamine Yamal, the rising star of Barcelona, the product of La Masia, a fearless teenager chasing football immortality. And if his journey continues the way it has begun, football fans everywhere may one day look back and say something remarkable: that they witnessed the beginning, the first touches, the first dribbles, the first magical moments of a player destined to become one of the most exciting footballers of his generation. And the story is still being written.